If you're wondering who this is, our little tea pet friend, in fact, I can give you a demonstration. It's a bit fun. When you're making tea, it's nice to have a tea pet. Brings luck to that person who's making the tea. So if I pour some hot water over the top of our little tea pet friend, he should hopefully blow bubbles. There we go. Just a bit of fun.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the WeeKett Show. This week, in the festive holiday spirit, we're off to PekoeTea's cozy Leith tea studio for an exciting tea tasting. Join us as John, the mastermind behind PekoeTea, unveils their famous whiskey collection.
Hi, I'm John from PekoeTea. PekoeTea's been going since 2008, and we decided to move down to Leith, which is where we are now. The building that we're in just at this particular minute is the old Leith Central train station building. We've taken on the shop in 2021. We call this space is our tea studio, and it's a space for us to generate content, share tea at our custom-made tea bar. You can browse here as well, and we use it as a space where you can come in and meet us and see what we do and everything. These whiskey teas in particular, they are something which has really caught the imagination of some of our customers all over the world. We're now exporting them to Japan, States, China, Europe, and they are something which I think is quite special. So the tea itself doesn't have any alcohol in it. Of course, the flavor oils that we use as well contain alcohol when we add the flavorings in the first place. It's used as a carrier in order to get it to go onto the tea leaf. But the tea, it gets quite wet when we're doing this, and then it dries out. And when it dries out, the alcohol just evaporates, and you're left with just the flavoring and the flavor left in the tea itself. So there's no alcohol left in the tea after we've done the process. So if you're wanting to have something which is alcohol-free for January, but still got that whiskey kind of theme to it, then these are absolutely ideal. They're really nice as a gift, and just really nice as something for yourself. You can be completely virtuous and guilt-free that you're drinking something with the flavors of whiskey without any alcohol at all. We have 5 different whiskey teas. They have 5 very different profiles to represent the 5 main regions of Scottish whiskey. That is Highland, Speyside, Lowland, Campbeltown and Islay. The different regions of Scotland have very distinctive flavour profiles. Campbeltown is known for being quite salty and a bit fruity. Lowland is very citric and fruity. Speyside tends to be like boiled sweets. Highland is again floral and a bit of fruit, and then you have Islay, which is traditionally smoky because of the peat which is added to the whiskey. So I'm going to brew up one of the whiskey teas just now. This is the Lowland blend. The Lowland blend is very citric. This uses a whiskey from one of the Lowland distilleries. The flavour profile is kind of citrusy, limey, spicy. So this tea is got some black tea in it, but it's also got a lot of lemongrass and some cardamoms and some rooibos, and then the whiskey's added with some flavouring as well, so it's kind of spicy and citric. You see the leaf is just here. I'm going to brew it in this teapot. These teapots are very nice. These are from a company called Miyama. It's a Japanese company, and first thing I'm going to do, and this is one thing that I always do suggest you do when you're brewing tea, is you should warm everything up, because it's not very nice to drink things out of a cold cup or a cold pot. If you warm everything up first, then it will hold the temperature of the tea as well. There's a little stainless steel infuser inside this teapot, which means that I can put the tea in and I can take it out and stop it getting too strong. And I am using single-walled teacup. The teacup is a blend of bone china and porcelain, and I really like these thin-rimmed cups, as I said before, because they just really give you a nice experience. But one of the things to bear in mind is that when you're drinking tea out of a cold cup, is that if you get the hot liquid in your mouth whilst you have a cold cup on your lip, it can actually mess with your senses a little bit, and people have been known to shudder from it. It's a bit of a strange thing that you get a bit of a weird sensation. So it's best to always have a warm teacup. So I've warmed everything up. I'm going to tip it away. I am going to put in about 2 teaspoonfuls worth for about just under half a litres worth of water. So this is my Chinese tea scoop. I don't actually have a normal teaspoon here, so I'm just doing it this way. You can see about that much tea for the size of this pot, which is about 400 mils. If you're wondering who this is, our little tea pet friend, in fact, I can give you a demonstration. It's a bit fun. When you're making tea, it's nice to have a tea pet. Brings luck to that person who's making the tea. So if I pour some hot water over the top of our little tea pet friend, he should hopefully blow bubbles. There we go. Just a bit of fun, but. Right, so I have water which is just off the boil, and I'm pouring into my teapot. It is about 400 mils of water. And we are going to leave this to infuse for about 3 minutes.
A few moments later.
So it's now infused for about 3 minutes, and I am going to pour it out. And you can see, oh, my teapot is leaking. That's not a good sign. You can see it's a really rich golden color. If I infused it a little bit longer, you could probably go up to 5 minutes with this. It would be a bit darker in color as well. It's nice to enjoy all the senses of the tea. It's really floral. From the flavor oil that we've added, there is the citric and the spice and the cardamom. And rooibos itself has got quite a distinctive flavor to it too. And what I shouldn't forget is that the whiskey is also sitting on top of the aromas in the blend. So the whiskey is there. It smells slightly alcoholic without it being alcoholic. It's quite a strange sensation, a strange thing to describe. So it smells like whiskey, but there's no alcohol. And it's just a really pleasant tea for drinking. It's refreshing. This one's really refreshing. The Isla one maybe might be a bit more challenging because it's got some lapsang, star anise and things in it. But actually as everyday teas, these are really nice to drink, and as a gift they're great as well. And it's something just a little bit different. I don't think there are any other companies that are making teas with whiskey in the way which we do it. I know you can get whiskey flavored teas made with artificial whiskey flavorings, and they tend to be a bit in your face with the flavoring. But these are quite mild and actually very, very pleasant. So I hope that if you manage to get an opportunity to try these, that you really, really enjoy them.